There's something you do every single morning. It takes about 10 seconds, and you probably don't even think about it. But that one tiny habit triples your risk of a cardiac event.
Seriously, we've known for a long time that heart attacks are 3 times more common in the morning than at night, and strokes, they tend to cluster between 6 a.m. and noon. This isn't just a coincidence, it's a physiological trap, and most of us amplify the danger with 5 unconscious habits before we even get out of the bedroom. So today, in this explainer, we are going to pull back the curtain on this, what I call the deadly morning window. We're going to uncover those 5 mistakes that turn a natural vulnerability into a flat-out cardiac emergency. But most importantly, I'm going to give you a simple 6-minute protocol that could literally save your life. And the best part? It starts tonight. Let's dive right in. Look, heart attacks, strokes, sudden cardiac death, they're not as random as you might think. They are predictable. They follow a clock. And as you can see right here, the most dangerous time of day by far is between 6 a.m. and noon. This is your body's cardiovascular danger zone. And today, we're going to figure out how to navigate it safely. Okay, so here's our game plan to get you through that window. First, we'll pinpoint the single most dangerous 10 seconds of your entire day. Then we'll explore the gauntlet your body runs every single morning. We're going to expose the 5 common mistakes that just pour fuel on the fire. And then we'll give you the exact protocols to protect yourself, starting with who absolutely needs to act on this immediately. To really understand the risk, we have to look at what's happening inside your body the moment you wake up. It's not this gentle, peaceful awakening. It's a physiological perfect storm, and you're standing right in the middle of it. Let's break this storm down. So when you're asleep, your body's in repair mode. But the second you wake up, your fight or flight system just kicks into high gear, flooding your body with adrenaline. At the exact same time, your stress hormone, cortisol, skyrockets to its daily peak. What does that do? It causes your blood pressure to surge. Meanwhile, your arteries get stiffer because nitric oxide, that's the molecule that keeps them flexible, it dips to a low point. And to make it all worse, your body's natural clot-dissolving system, fibrinolysis, basically takes a nosedive right when all the clot-promoting factors are at their absolute highest. It is a recipe for disaster. But there's one more critical ingredient in this perfect storm: dehydration. While you're sleeping for 8 hours, you lose 1 to 2 pounds of water just by breathing. And this makes your blood thicker, more viscous, kind of like honey instead of water. And that is a huge problem because it concentrates your platelets, making them way stickier and just primed to form dangerous clots. In fact, a recent study directly linked this thick, sludgy morning blood to something called wake-up strokes, especially in older adults. So let's just recap for a second. You wake up with thick blood, super sticky platelets, surging blood pressure, and stiff arteries. Oh, and your clot-dissolving system is completely offline. Then you stand up. A landmark study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology measured what that one simple act does. It increases the clumping of your platelets by a whopping 71% just from standing up. That's what's happening inside you every single morning. Now, our bodies are actually designed to handle this morning transition, but what happens is we often make a series of unconscious mistakes that turn this natural vulnerability into a full-blown cardiac emergency. So let's go through the 5 most common ones. Mistake number 1 is what I call the 10-second leap. The alarm goes off, you throw the covers back, and you just leap out of bed. In those few seconds, gravity yanks nearly 1 liter of blood from your chest all the way down to your legs. Your heart is suddenly starved of returning blood, and your blood pressure plummets. Your body panics, and it triggers this massive adrenaline surge to compensate. And it's that violent rebound surge in blood pressure that can actually rupture plaque in your arteries. A famous study by Dr. Kario found that people with a morning surge over 55 points had more than double the risk of stroke. And here's the truly scary part. 70% of them already had signs of silent brain damage. These tiny little strokes they never even knew happened. All right, mistake number 2. Coffee before water. Think about this. You're already dehydrated, your blood is thick, and the very first thing you reach for is a powerful stimulant that constricts your blood vessels and makes your heart work even harder. It's like pouring gasoline on that erupting volcano inside your chest. It just makes every single risk factor worse. Mistake number 3 is starting the night dehydrated. See, a danger doesn't actually start in the morning, it starts the night before. When you go to bed without properly hydrating, you're setting yourself up for a dangerous morning before you even close your eyes. And we have absolute proof that a simple glass of water can make a huge difference. A study found that at-risk patients who drank about 1.5 glasses of water before bed woke up with significantly less sticky platelets. I mean, that directly translates to a lower risk of forming dangerous blood clots. It's one of the simplest, most proven ways to protect your heart. Moving on to mistake number 4, intense morning exercise. Now, don't get me wrong, exercise is fantastic for your heart, but timing is everything. When you go for a run right at dawn, you're basically asking your heart to run a marathon when it's just woken up. Remember, your arteries are at their stiffest, your blood is at its thickest, and your platelets are at their stickiest. It's the worst possible time to push your heart to its limits. And finally, mistake number 5, the jarring alarm. That loud, buzzing, awful alarm isn't just annoying, it's a physiological shock to your system. It triggers a massive fight-or-flight response, sending your blood pressure soaring and layering another dangerous surge onto your already vulnerable cardiovascular system. And the effect is huge. A study from UVA Health found that waking up to a jarring alarm can cause a morning blood pressure surge that is 74% higher than waking up naturally. 74%! You are literally shocking your system into the danger zone every single day. Okay, deep breath. Now that you know the danger, that perfect storm, and the mistakes that make it so much worse, let's talk about the solution. And it's simple. It's a 6-minute routine that can protect you from that morning surge. Think of it as your secret weapon, your shield against that deadly morning window. It's called the 3-2-1 Rise protocol, and it's like a gentle wake-up call for your heart. It's so easy. For 3 minutes, you just lie still after waking. Wiggle your toes, pump your ankles, drink that glass of water you put on your nightstand. Then, for 2 minutes, you sit on the edge of your bed and just breathe. Let your system adjust. And for 1 minute, you stand up slowly. That's it. 6 minutes. That's all it takes to prevent that catastrophic drop. Then spike in blood pressure and start your morning safely. And we can build on that simple habit to create a complete protocol, a full plan that protects you from the moment you go to bed until you're well into your morning. So here's the full plan. Tonight, an hour before bed, drink a glass of water and set a gentle melodic alarm, not a buzzer. Then tomorrow morning, you execute the 3-2-1 Rise protocol. After that, in the first hour you're up, hydrate more and have a light breakfast. Here's the key. Wait at least 60 minutes before having any coffee, and wait 90 minutes before you do any moderate exercise. This simple timeline will guide you safely through the entire danger zone. Now, if you happen to be on blood pressure medication, there's one more thing to consider. There's a field called chronotherapy, and it's all about the timing of your medication. Some really interesting studies suggest that taking certain medications at night can better protect you from that morning surge. So the next time you see your doctor, ask them this specific question. Is it safer for me to take my blood pressure medication at night? It's a conversation that could be incredibly important. Look, this protocol is good advice for everyone, but for some people it is absolutely non-negotiable. If you or someone you love falls into one of these high-risk groups, you need to start this protocol tonight. So if you are over 65, if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, sleep apnea, or known heart disease, your system just has much less margin for error. That morning surge is exponentially more dangerous for you. And if you're taking multiple blood pressure medications, you're at an even higher risk for those dangerous pressure swings. For these groups, this isn't just a good idea, it is an essential daily practice. Every single morning, your body runs a gauntlet: thick blood, sticky platelets, surging pressure, stiff arteries. The single biggest mistake you can make is to leap into that gauntlet unprepared in those first 10 seconds. But the fix? The fix is so simple. It's 6 minutes of patience. Lie for 3, sit for 2, stand for 1. Tonight, do this one thing. Put a glass of water on your nightstand, set a gentle alarm, and tomorrow give your heart the 6 minutes it desperately needs to start the day safely. The most dangerous moment of your day has the simplest fix. Please start tonight. Your heart will thank you for it.